Welcome to Module 1, where we're talking about oneness with yourself and with God. Now, to be very real, being a multi-passionate CEO can be very difficult, right? I'm not going to pretty things up. I'm not going to try and hide that fact. And if you are already on your journey, of course, I'm sure you would have already picked that up. And it's not to say that, you've experienced intense failure or anything like that. But the idea of balancing multiple things and that concept of balance and all of that, a reality is that it sometimes it feels far-fetched, right? Sometimes you get more overwhelmed. Sometimes you get anxiety. Sometimes you when business is low and all at the same time, which I've experienced, it causes a lot of anxiety. It causes some doubt. It causes fear, like all of the emotions, right? And then sometimes you're also found in seasons where you're not necessarily getting the clarity that you desire. Sometimes you feel like you're pushing, but it's almost like you've lost focus of what you're pushing for. Or even if you still have the goal in mind, it feels like there's so many other paths that could be taken, that yeah, it makes you feel distracted, and it makes you feel kind of overwhelmed or analysis paralysis when it comes to choosing exactly what you're supposed to do. And so I am of the firm belief that the lighthouse or the guiding North Star, or, the thing that guides you back home or on the right path is your purpose, right? And the only way to really be in line with your purpose, or to understand what your purpose is, and to have that indeed be your guiding light, is by being in oneness with God, right? Understanding that He is the author and finisher of our faith. He is the one that has given us breath. He is the one that has spoken life over us. He is the one that has given us these deep desires and these skills and these talents and the ability to do multiple things, even though the world would have us believe that we cannot. You get what I'm saying? So I believe that if it is that we want to be in a place where we can be focused and get a release to do certain big projects that are so much bigger than us, and be inspired, and all of those things, it's about being in alignment with God and having a firm understanding of your purpose. So with that said, the following videos are going to take you through, specific steps to really refocus on your purpose, and, get back in alignment with God. And it's not to say that you have not been working on your relationship with God. It's not to say that, you've been this heathen or whatever, but especially when it comes to business and the specific grace that is required to run multiple businesses. There are specific steps that I have taken to really, help me to stay on track. Even when I was in my very deep state of depression based on personal things, and also my businesses, my empire literally crashing in 2022. I was able to still say, yo, but this is what I want, or, whatever, you get me? So even though I was rebuilding myself in God and stuff, I still was very clear as to what I wanted to do in terms of making an impact on individuals, and self-empowerment for persons, or self-actualization for persons. Do you get what I'm saying? So with that said, I truly hope that the steps that I take you through will definitely help you to, find clarity and confidence as we move forward as a multi-passionate CEO. Alrighty.